Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Happy New Month. Welcome to the new month. Today is a very good day. So, welcome to the new month. Happy New Month, everybody. Usually, uh, as you start the new month, it is very, very important for you to be very strategic. Usually, one of the major reasons why many people are not able to achieve their desired goals and wants is because when a month starts, they are not able to do what I call a plan do review. Okay. A plan do review, a plan do review, a plan do review. Entrepreneurship, apart from other businesses, is filled with mistakes and failures. Because most of the times when you get into something, you are not crystal clear. You cannot be able to figure out everything at the start of your journey. And so, the challenge with most people is that they want to be sure of everything before they start. And we have transport systems. We have a bicycle, we have a car, we have the air transport, even a train. And everybody has a choice which transport system they want to use to their destiny. But you will find that even if you want to use a bicycle, no matter how cheap it might be or affordable, you'll need energy. If you say you want to use a motorcycle, you will need petrol or gas or electricity if it's an electric one. If you decide to purchase a car, even if it is this new one of Elon Musk, at least it will need some servicing. So this gets back to a very, very important thing, that our success will need our input. Give me one in the chat if that is clear. So usually on a new month, I usually want to start it objectively. I want you to sit down and reassess your previous month. I want you to sit down and reassess your previous month. But reassessing your previous month is not the only thing you need, ladies and gentlemen. Many people, as we travel this world, they give up very fast on their goals. Most of you, when this year started, you were like, this is my year, this is my year. Some of you, on the 31st of December, you basically went into prayer houses, prayer weeks, prayer fasting, and you fasted for weeks and months. But after the first quarter of the year, many people give up on their dreams, many people give up on their goals, many people give up on their objectives that they had when the year was starting. And sometimes I understand them, but it's just because they lack some guidance and mentorship. It's never too late for you to achieve your goal, although you are faced with some setbacks along your journey. So use what I call a plan do review system. Go back to your previous month before you get excited about this month and review. What was your income last month? Let me see some people in the chat. If you have been able to reassess your previous month, how much did you make last month? How much did you make last month? Did you make some money in the business? If not, then what are some of the objectives? What are some of the things you need to set up this month that could make your this month better than the previous month? What are some of the set skills you need to learn? What are some of the skills you need to focus on this month that could be able to improve your results this month? What are some of the things you did? For example, Lawrence is saying, I made some money, but I lost it. Maybe you entered futures. Then it is important for you to know futures have some one major rule. Make sure you keep some of your money unused in your account. You'll never be liquidated. That put aside. So basically, the most important thing, many people when they are starting, you set your goals, and you do not break down these goals down to the very smallest point. For example, if this year you had a goal of making, I don't know, $10,000, it's not yet too late for you to make $10,000. But what has been your approach? What has been your approach? What has been your approach every single day? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when many people set up goals, they look their goals to be big goals for the year, and they don't break them down into an action plan. An action plan, a daily action plan, okay? A daily action plan. It's very important for you to have a daily action plan. And your daily action plan is very key because your daily action plan is very important. People who join these meetings with dashes and dots, I'm going to create a co-host because I might be faced with the hackers on the Zoom. If someone cannot join this Zoom with their names, I don't think they are proper people to work with. Let me create a co-host. Please make sure I join with your name. Let's identify you. Because when you join with a dot, you create an environment that says I'm a wrong person. So make sure you change your name. Or else, if you are not identifiable, then you were threat to this Zoom. We are going to remove you. Maybe you came here to hack people's phones. Maybe you came here to hack this Zoom. That's why you don't want to be identified. What are you hiding? This is just a meeting. So if you have the power to remove your name and put a dot, then it is important for us to remove you before you become a problem. So I've created a co-host. He's going to help me on that job. And he's a very straight man. Okay. So please, it's a new month. Make sure you sit down, reassess your progress. Okay. Reassess your plan. Make sure you recreate your goals once again. Never give up on rewriting your goals. Okay. Never give up on rewriting your goals. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I have been writing my goals over and over and over and over again, readjusting them according to the situation, and never giving up on those goals. So to me, it is very important for you to reassess before we get so much deep into this month. Reassess your progress in the business. And I also want to warn you that the crypto market space operates so much in this last end of the year. And I remember in 2021, I think was around either, if not September, it was around August when I saw Shiba Inu rise, I think 1 million% in profit. Okay, the coin went up 1,000,000 times, meaning that if someone had invested very little money, I saw. So we could see some more gains starting this month. we could see markets doing better. That's why in the previous month, we changed our approach to teach you how to trade in futures so that you ride off the power of the market. That's why those of you have not yet tried it out, you need to learn, because as market starts doing better, it is very important for you to be able to ride on the market so that you could maximize more profit. But not only that, we also expect that the coming year, around April, we shall now see markets coming down aggressively. That's why we are teaching futures to make sure that now you could ride on the market as the market's going down. Having said that, and talked about goals, never forget your goals should always be smart. They should be specific. They should be measurable. They should be attainable, and they should be realistic. Okay, and they should be time bound. They should have a time limit. Okay, so before I get into the training for today in a few minutes, let me just dig down to a better understanding of everybody. Get obsessed with your goals. You will, if it is trading and your goals are not clear and you are not obsessed with your goals, it is very hard for you to achieve them. I need to be crystal clear. Get obsessed with your goal. Write your goal down. Give it whatever it takes. If you have decided to say that I'm going to make sure that this month I make $10,000 from trading, okay, then you decide. Don't be so specific, because there are certain coins that will be doing well in the spot market, but they are not appearing in the futures market. Be flexible. Okay, be flexible, because now you understand both markets. Once there is a good opportunity in the spot market, take it. Once there is a good opportunity in the futures market, get it. Okay, be flexible. Don't get rigged. I've met people who say, I'm rigged to this. Be flexible, because along the journey, there will be certain coins that are only in the spot market, and there will be certain coins that are only in the futures market. Be flexible. Be flexible, right? Be flexible and be able to focus on your goal. Make sure you're obsessed. How do you get obsessed with your goal? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know most of you may not be familiar with some of these things. That's why sometimes I talk about them, because they are not taught in school. Write your goal down. Okay, write your goal down. I may not be able to share my phone, but my goals are usually in my room, where in my small office. I have already told you, those of you who work from home, find a small table. Are we learning? Let me know in the chat. Find a small table, call it your room, call it your office. When you wake up, go and sit on that table. It doesn't matter how it looks like. I don't know if I'm speaking to someone, but find find a small place that you call your office. Those of you who work from home. And when you decide to say you are going to do business, go sit on your table and take things very seriously. Number two, have a diary. I know most people don't talk about this. That's why when we start a new month, it is important for me to talk about these things. Okay, get a diary. Go and buy a diary. Diaries are not only bought when the year is starting. Okay, buy a diary, buy a notebook. I usually say 3 books, but since I'm not teaching network marketing here, I'm just saying buy a diary, buy a notebook. What's a notebook? Whenever you come to this room, make sure you have where to write. Simple. Why? Because note takers that are action takers are money makers. Don't come here with an empty brain. Don't just come here when your phone is on, listen, go away. As someone who did some little psychology, when you are writing things down, it does not only sit on your mind, but it sits in your subconscious mind. All right. So make sure you have somewhere to write. Let me see people with notebooks. If you are not writing, you are not understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a very big psychology when you are writing. It brings more of your brain to be stimulated to getting these things better. So Some of you, you always waste a lot of time as we are teaching here. You on trading view, trying to draw lines, trying to draw lines. At the end of the day, you never understand anything. Someone is teaching here, you on trading view, trying to draw horizontal line, diagonal line. How is he drawing it? It ends up to be a waste of time. When you come on a training, ladies and gentlemen, you just listen as you write. What I'm saying is what I do, and it has worked for me for 4 years. It has worked for me for 4 years. Very consistently, highly profitable system. So get a notebook and write. Now, that is one. Now, let me go back to a diary. I have a saying that says proper planning prevents poor performance. The 4 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Never enter a day that you have not prepared. Give me a one. Never enter a day that you have never prepared. Okay, so before you sleep, every single day, I know most people don't do this because they don't know the power of today. I'm not here to motivate you, but I'm here to tell you facts. There is a power, there is something personally I understand as the power of today. So when your day ends, before you go to sleep, go and sit on your diary. Go and sit on your diary. You open your diary and say, today is which day? For example, today is the 1st of July. Open your diary on the 1st of July. Write things you are going to do tomorrow. So it means that if you were yesterday on 30th, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you don't understand these things, and that's why you are struggling to be successful. But life is simple. Yesterday was Monday. You had to open the 1st of July, which is today on Tuesday, and write down things you are going to do today. You write down when you are going to wake up. When you wake up, what are you going to do? You don't just have it on your mind. Am I teaching? Let me know in the chat. I know this is not what I'm supposed to teach, but I know some of you don't understand these things and you are struggling to be successful. You are struggling. Life is very hard for you because you think these simple things, these are called habits. These are called habits of highly successful people. What differentiates maybe me from some of you is that I have simple things that I do in life that other people don't do. Simple. And many people, when you talk about them, they look like they are not serious, but it is serious business. Get your diary. Before you sleep, write down things you are going to do tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, your success is not measured on how much money you make. Can I repeat that? Your success is not measured on how much money you make, because your success is going to be measured on your skills. Let me repeat. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Sit down today. If this is something you have not been doing, say, okay, this month, let me just give you, so write down things you are going to do before you sleep. Don't wake up and say, okay. So you see, it is clear. I write down and I say, I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. When I wake up, I'll pray. I'll brush my teeth. I'll take a cold shower. I'll go into my office. I'll listen to a motivation. I will go and watch one video of some of our training. Okay, I will listen to John C. Maxwell. I'll read 2 paragraphs about leadership. Okay, now after doing that, I'll go to Trading View and I'll trade 2 coins. I'll look for 2 coins in the spot market, 2 coins in futures, and that will be my day. Then I write down the names of the people I'll talk to today. I'll speak to this one. I'll speak to this one. I'll give this one time. 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 And then after, those are my list. When I'm going to sleep, I come back to my list and tick if I have done those things. Are we clear? And then I'll say, wow, I'm grateful. And many people usually ask me, why do I keep being motivated? I am not motivated by money. I am not motivated by money. I'm motivated by me being able to do my daily tasks. Many people have asked me, how have you been able to stay in the business for all this long? I'm not motivated. Money is just a byproduct of my effort. Am I speaking to someone? Me making money is a normal thing. It is not the big deal of the business, but I'm motivated by my daily activities. I put focus on my daily activities, not on the money. Money is just a byproduct. Me making $50, $100, even if I make 1,000, it is normal business. Because I'm not motivated by my product. I'm motivated by my activities. And if I write down my activities and I do them every day and I finish them in that day, I'm a super successful man. Here is why. Here is why. Because there is in power today. It is today that creates tomorrow. It is not tomorrow that creates today. If I put my focus on these activities on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen, I want to trust you. I have said it here, and I talked to some person one day that one day I'll be making $1 million. It doesn't matter who stays around. It doesn't matter who is motivated. It doesn't matter who quits the business. I understand the power of today. And whenever I take my goals, whether someone says, me, I'm going, me, I'm Julius, I'm going to get out of the business, it's usually none of my business. Because I understand that if I keep doing these activities over time, they compound. Money just follows my activities. It's not something I worry about, because when I take these activities on a daily basis, money flows like water. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the money you will make in the coming 3 months will come from the activities you are doing today. Let me know in the chat if my message is home. If you don't do anything today, in the coming 3 months, you will be saying, where is money? But me who understands the principle, every day counts. It's not what will count, every day counts. And as long as I remain strategic on this, life is simple. Now, number 2. Number 2. You have entered a new month. Check your expenses. In the next 2 minutes, I'll go to my topic. Check your expenses. The reason why you joined the Crypto Ambassadors is because we want you to be financially free. Please track your expenditures. Track your expenditures. Am I speaking to somebody? If you are making money, where is your money going, man? Don't be just making money. You're excited. You are everywhere. Money, money. What you make is what you eat. Are you okay? What you make is what you withdraw. Are you normal? Please Track your expenses. Where is your money going? If you don't know where your money is going, you are just wasting time with making money. Am I speaking to somebody? Don't just get excited with money. You will lose it all. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. Please track your expenses. Where is your money going? If you don't know where you're going, please stop. Stop pretending that you are building financial freedom. Track your expenses and cut useless expenses. This, gentlemen, is very important in your finances. We are spending more than we make. Track your expenses, because when you track your expenses, your goals are going to get more clear. Am I speaking to somebody? When you know how much you are spending, your goals are going to get more clear. You're going to start seeing some loopholes where your money is going unnecessarily, and you're going to cut them down. And this is going to help you. Okay? Having said that, so in summary, make sure you have a diary. In summary, make sure you have a notebook. In summary, make sure every day before you sleep, you write down things you are going to do the second day, because proper planning prevents poor performance. I just want to have a community of people that are financially stable, financially very, very successful by doing simple things in an extraordinary way. What creates the difference in this world is you doing the simple things in an extraordinary way. Okay? Having said that, why are we here? To study crypto. Never forget about that. To trade crypto, very important. And when we trade crypto, study crypto, build communities of people that are trading and studying crypto, never forget to buy some assets. I want to remind you, create a financial plan. I want to remind you, because the month has started, create a financial plan. Julius, what do you mean? The principle of Crypto Ambassador is simple. Find one day in a week where you buy some Bitcoin. Are we together? Give me a two. Say, you come up with a policy this month and say, all put aside. The money I make on Wednesday, I use it to buy some Bitcoin. I'm not talking about other cryptocurrencies because I'm not sure about them. But Bitcoin, my friend, seems to beat everybody. By 2045, that is around 20 years from now, one Bitcoin could be over $45 million. Am I speaking to somebody? I have done mistakes in the past. I was available when Bitcoin was at $15,000. I never bought. At 20, I never bought. At 50, I never bought. At 60, I never bought. At 70, I never bought. At 100,000, I never bought. Would it be? Yes, I understand that Bitcoin will come down. Listen to me. I understand that Bitcoin could come down 70%. But when you develop a habit, you will be doing it continuously for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter whether it is $1. It doesn't matter whether it is $5. It doesn't matter whether it is $10. You don't need to say, let me find 100 million and buy Bitcoin. No, you just say, every Wednesday, my profit I make from trading or my profit I make from team building, I buy Bitcoin. Give me a 3 if the message is home. So when you come up with such habit, you're gonna be surprised. I was surprised. I started this this month, and I was surprised. I was checking my account, my account where I'm buying my Bitcoin. I was surprised. I was checking my account where I'm buying some Bitcoin, I'm buying some Solana, I'm buying some Sui, I'm buying some I'm buying some Solana, some Sui, some Ethereum, and Bitcoin. 4 of those. I was surprised. I've been buying with very little money, 20, 30, $50. Not so much. I was surprised. I checked my account today and I was like, oh my goodness. I have over 3,000 US dollars in 1 month by saying every Wednesday and every Sunday, I buy crypto twice in a week. My money I make on Wednesday and my money I make on Sunday, I buy Bitcoin. Someone says that some of us wish, but we don't know how to buy. I think, how many of you attended that class when I taught how to use a Phantom wallet? Let me see in the chat. You need to go to the Crypto Ambassadors YouTube channel. I think it was a Friday. And I taught people how to do that, how to use a Phantom wallet, how to buy on an exchange, how to transfer to the wallet. Did I do that? So you need to check out on the YouTube channel, Crypto Ambassadors. I taught that 1 week ago, if I remember. How many of you attended that class? Okay. You see, I buy $30 of Bitcoin every week since January. You see? Okay, thank you so much for following. Guys, you need financial freedom, okay? All right, so I remember I taught that class, and if you can please go and check out on the YouTube channel of Crypto Ambassadors. Okay, guys, I hope the introduction is done. You follow that principle, you have success yourself. You don't follow that principle, you'll be like someone who says, I knew that there was a good land in that place. All right. Okay, let's get into our Zoom for today. It may be very hard for me to track down those meetings because there are very many. But let's now get into our lesson for today. So today, I just came back to summarize what my friend Coach Musa broke down the other time. I'm just gonna summarize just a few things that I wanted to just add up to what he said to help some people who are still finding a few challenges here and there. Just a few who are finding a few challenges. Let me pick my daughter, guys. Just a minute. Bebe, Bebe. Okay. So let's get into the class for today. Just go to mommy. So I'll share my screen. I hope my screen is clear. Now, in the previous classes done by my brother, uh, Coach Musa, he discussed with you details about support and resistance. And I will call upon everybody to basically take up your ample time and be able to go through those specific classes because they will basically help you and sizzle you into money-making machines. Okay, so if you haven't taken time, to basically look through those classes. I require you and I ask you to take time and be able to go through those classes specifically. But today, I want to just stay on the same track, but add on something. In our previous classes, we have basically looked at the stochastic RSI, which I'm not going to go into right now. But once you open your chart, if you are not good at drawing lines of support and resistance, always come up in your chart. If you are using a phone, you always tap on the pencil, then go to chart, okay? Or sorry, go tap on those two dotted bars, then go to chart and change your chart to a line. So I'm going to talk about two things. So you change this to a line. So if you had issues of identifying areas of support and resistance, then it's going to become very easy for you, because now what you will do is that wherever there is an inverted V, you draw there your line. Wherever there is a normal V, you draw there your line. So let me say, I want to look at this coin specifically. Just for learning purposes, I want to draw my lines. Our drawing tools are always here. So I'll pick the horizontal line, tap on it. Where there is a V, I draw the line. So that will become my resistance from the current price, because it is the highest point or the highest high. Then from my current price, the lowest point is here. So one becomes my resistance and another one becomes my support. Question, is that hard? I'm just adding on a few ingredients and then we're going to be good to go. Question, is that hard? Let me know in the chat. 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 And it makes life very easy for you. Okay? You draw a line wherever you see a V. Okay? Wherever you see an inverted V, you draw the line, and wherever you see a normal V, you draw the line. This will help you identify areas of support and resistance, especially people who have challenges with just drawing them. Okay, now number two, interpreting. Someone says, repeat from what? Repeat from what? Repeat from that statement. What? I pick any coin of my choice. Okay, any coin of my choice that I want to trade. For example, if I want to trade this coin, this is the current price. From the current price, here, this is the current price. I find V, the word is V. Is this the hard thing for you to see? Ta. Ta. If you cannot identify it on candles, my brother Didi, is that hard? So when I see this here, you draw the line. When I see this here, I'll draw the line. So it helps me find those areas where the market is being resisted or supported accordingly. Number two, if you are worried about the market trend, for example, I'm trading this coin. Okay? I'm trading this coin. This coin is gonna give money. And this is spot trading. It's not futures. From this current price to here, they say 3%. Always take 2/3 of the journey. Don't always finish the journey. So I'll take 3%, 2/3 of my journey. So I want to trade this coin, but I'm worried that this coin might be changing the trend, because when we turn it back to candles, this is how it looks like. So maybe I'm worried that this coin is going to change the trend from going up to going down. All right? From going up to going down. Always come and change to these candles we call the Heikin Ashi candles. Okay, the Heikin Ashi candles do not give current price, but they maintain the market trend. So I'm going to explain the Heikin Ashi candles to you. Then you will be able to understand me very well. Okay, so these candles you see in the chart are called Heikin Ashi candles. Okay, what are Heikin Ashi candles? Heikin Ashi candles, these are types of candles. So you just come here. There are many candles, and you'll find this type called the Heikin Ashi. Where is it? Let me identify it for you. Let me first remove this thing. Okay. Let me show them to you. So they are here. They are called Heikin Ashi candles, these ones. Okay. So what are these candles? They are very simple to understand. Let me explain them and I'm going to be good to go. Uh, Number one, they are green and red candles. Okay. These candles are green and red, but they do not provide the current price of the coin. They provide the average price. They are not, so this is not the current price. It is the average performance of the coin, the average performance. Now, these Heikin Ashi candles, to show you that they are on an uptrend, they form green candles. They form green candles that are flat at the bottom with the wick at the top. I hope you can see them here. Flat at the bottom, weak at the top. Flat at the bottom, weak at the top. So when they continue to form green candles that are flat at the bottom with the wick at the top, they represent continuation of the trend. That there is continuation on an uptrend. Number two, when they start forming green candles that have a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom, this represents trend reversal, that there are higher chances of this upward trend to now change direction to downtrend. Vis-a-vis Heikin Ashi red candles. How do they do? To show you that the coin is on a downtrend, they continuously form red candles that are flat at the top with a wick at the bottom. So flat at the top with a wick at the bottom. Flat at the top, showing you that this coin is on a downtrend. But when they start forming red candles that have the wick at the top with the wick at the bottom, this shows you trend reversal, that the coin that was going up or was going down is now going to change a trend to an upward trend. Is that hard? Let me know. Is that hard? Let me know. Where is the zigzag line in my chart? Is that hard? Let me know. Is that hard? Let me know. Is that hard? Let me know. So basically, this can help you a lot, especially people who are not good at identifying trends. So I am trading a coin. Like you see, the stochastic RSI is in the overbought area. But maybe I wanted to trade. Now what happens? I'm seeing a red candle. Not yet complete, but it has a wick at the top with a wick at the bottom. I can go to a shorter time frame, like 15 minutes. I'm able to see wicks here. Okay, candles that have wicks at the top, wicks at the bottom. My friend, even if you are very good at analysis, this trend is already telling you things are changing. Is the message home? I was planning to short this coin. I put up my Heikin Ashi candles. Okay, I was planning to continue shorting. This is going to give us a lot of money, so I want to enter from here so that it continues going down. Then I start seeing candles, either red or green, forming wicks at the top and wicks at the bottom. My friend, you see what is happening here? It is telling you, bulaza, bulaza. The things are going berserk. So this means the market will go against you. Is that hard? Let me know. if it is showing you consistent green candles that are flat at the bottom with a wick at the top, it is the continuation of the trend. Someone is saying wiggy. Some of you don't know what wicks are. A wick is this. Some of you don't know wicks. Eh? Now a wig is from where? This is a wick. Those of you never attended classes of candles by Coach Mo, this is called a wick or a shadow. Okay, it's called a wick or a shadow. I'm not always repeating those classes because they were done. So you see, these are wicks. Okay, these are wicks, candles that, okay, you can call it a tail. You can call it a tail. Okay. You can do analysis in any time frame you want. It depends on which type of a trader you are. Okay. What do I mean? If I'm a scalper, I'll check from 1 minute to 15. I'll never exceed 15 minutes. If I want to scalp the market. Okay. If I want to scalp the market, scalping means you are focusing on short movements. You remember, now look at this coin. Let's focus on this coin. Okay. The interpretation you get depends on the time frame you are looking at the market. Okay. For example, let me take this here. Let me increase. For example, look here. You can see consistent green candles here. Consistent green candles. Okay. Forming Heikin Ashi candles that are flat at the bottom with the wick at the top. Okay. Flat at the bottom with the wick at the top. Flat at the bottom. But starting here, you can see some Heikin Ashi candles. These ones. They are forming wicks both at the top and at the bottom. Is that clear? Let me see if people are seeing that. So if you were planning to continue with this coin, that it will go back to this high, this is a signal to you that there is decrease in buyers in this particular asset. That if you continue, you have higher chances of burning your fingers. Is the message home? So trading, anyone can trade in any time frame depending on which type of trader you are. If you're a scalper, you are this kind of a trader that is focused on price movement in shorter time frames. I don't know if that makes sense. It is very risky. You need to be paying closer attention because here in shorter time frames, like in 1 minute, in 3 minutes, there is a lot of noise. Noise meaning when the coin goes up, it responds. When the coin goes down, so there is more money in shorter time frames. Like someone could have brought their price range, entered from here, got out from here. Already this is 4% on the same coin. So there is a lot of close monitoring in shorter time frames, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But when you are focused on 1 hour, you are this kind of a person who picks up a trade, then you go and do your other stuff. Does that create the difference? You pick a trade, then you go and do your other stuff. You pick it. So, but when you are trading in shorter time frames, you are doing close monitoring. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. But if you are this kind of a trader who want trades that don't have noise, you are this kind of a trader who wants trades that don't have noise, then 4 hours and 1 hour is very good for you. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Then 4 hours and 1 hour is very good for you. But you are this kind of a trader who wants a lot of money, then for you, you must focus on lower time frames from 1 minute to 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maximum 1 hour. But if you're this kind of a trader who is focused on making a lot of money, then my brother, my sister, make sure you focus on lower time frames. There is a lot of monitoring, but there is a lot of money. Does that make sense? I don't know. Yes, there is a lot of monitoring, but there is a lot of what? a lot of money. So Heikin Ashi candles are very key. They define the trend of the market. They help you to keep in the trend. For example, look here. This is this coin. If I wanted to short it out, I can see Heikin Ashi candles here. This is 15 minutes. They are representing continuation or change of direction of the market to the downward. As I was entering this coin, I find that this coin is forming Heikin Ashi candles that are flat at the top with the wick at the bottom. Then I know this coin is going to go down. So I measure from here to here. Does that make sense? Then I short this coin. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. So my plan of this coin is that I basically understand in my mind, using my Heikin Ashi candles, I expect this coin to keep going down. Remember, when you are doing trading, you are not 100% sure. Does that make sense? But the reason why you learn technical analysis is to improve your probability. Does that make sense to someone? The reason why you learn all right, I hope I'm back. Okay, so let's get back here. So why do you do technical analysis? Those of you who have issues with trading, I want to advise you to come and use Heikin Ashi candles. They will help you a lot. Okay, they will help you a lot. Okay, so your role of doing technical analysis is not that you are sure. Am I making sense to someone? So that's why when someone wins a signal, they celebrate. I don't know if that makes sense. That's why when people win signals, they celebrate. Because when you are doing technical analysis, you are not sure because you don't control the market. I usually see people getting annoyed with signal givers. That signal doesn't sell. Yo. The signal is not doing me a favor. Nobody controls the market. But the reason why you learn technical analysis is basically to improve the probability. Now here drops my question. Looking at the stochastic RSI and looking at these Heikin Ashi candles here, what is the probability of this coin going up and going down? Where are more chances? Let me know in the chat. Where are more chances? Let me know in the chat. Where are more chances? Do we have more chances going up? Do we have more chances of going down? Now, understand, when you say it is going down, do you have guarantee? That's now where the difference comes in. Now, guys, do you have guarantee? Let me know in the chat. You don't have guarantee. So understand that sometimes you will do your analysis, but the market may not move your way. So don't get annoyed on yourself. That's why we usually have something in trading we call the risk to reward. And that's why when you are trading here, one of the tools they provide, they have this thing called the long and the short. That when you measure, when you put this thing on measure, that's why they bring in stop loss. That when you want to measure using this tool here, okay, so that's where I want to get out, okay, then this is what okay. Now, this is what they call the risk to reward. The risk to reward ratio. That the risk to reward, the reward must be bigger than the risk. That's why they apply stop loss. That the reward must be bigger than what you risk. But me, I don't want to go into this here now. Maybe later I'll talk about it. That's why people apply stop loss when they are trading manual. That I'm gonna be rewarded more. I'm gonna be rewarded more than if the market doesn't move in my favor. Okay, so this one is called long. That's why on these tools here, there's another one they call short, but I will discuss at the right time. Okay. So the risk to reward, because now when you are taking a short, you are believing that the coin is going to go down. So you must be able to use your tool and measure very well. Yes, baby. A good day. Jangu mfuweko. A good day. Twalire mami. Kale kambutereke. Jangu. Chai. Era kunywa chai. Kanzije nkuwe. Omufumbye. Kale kanzije nkutereko. Kanzije nkutereko chai. Staying home is a very hard deal. Now. So it makes life very simple for you. Okay? It makes life very easy for you. So I'm not here to discuss risk to reward. So in crypto ambassadors and in Royal Q, you want to measure this in margin calls. Okay? So you come here, you pick your price range, you measure from here to here, or to anywhere you want to put your resistance. These are your margin calls, all from here to here. This is your margin call. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Tune in. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. I don't know if that makes sense. So here, you want to use margin calls.
Obviously have agreed a deal to...
Just a minute, guys, so that I solve one problem, because I may not be allowed to continue. So you go and sit in your office. Sit down too long. All right. So basically, I hope we are putting this topic of support and resistance to an end. I'll end with this. Remember, the market has three major directions. Number one, if the market is on an uptrend, it will continue to form what we call higher lows and higher highs. This coin will be on an uptrend. If it forms a high low, it forms a higher high. Then it forms another higher low, then it forms another higher high. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. So there will be a continuation of the trend. Ta, 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 ta. This maybe was the lowest point, which was a lower low. Then the market formed a highest point in that area that became a higher high. When it formed the highest point, which was a higher high just means the highest point in that area. Then it made a retracement or came down a little bit. Since it did not reach this level here, level C, it is called a higher low, because it is a low from the highest point. And from this higher low, since it surpassed point B, it formed a new higher high. Since it formed a new higher high and it did not come back to this point, it formed a new higher, a higher low. From a higher low, it formed a new higher high. From a new higher high, it formed a new higher low. So once it forms this new higher low, we expect it to form a new higher high. So definitely we shall say this coin is on an uptrend. Now, there is an indicator that I'm going to tell you right now that helps you to show you these higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs of any coin. Are we together? So if a coin is on a downtrend, why do we say it is on a downtrend? Because this coin comes from a highest point, this one, which is a higher high. So when it comes from this highest point, it breaks everything and forms a lowest point, which we call a lower low. So it starts forming a lower low, then it forms a lower high. It's called a lower high because it's not getting back here. Then it breaks this. So since it breaks this, since it goes lower than this lower low, it forms a new lower low. And this of breaking this area is what people call the break of structure. The structure that was expected to maybe change and go up, it has been broken. Now it is going low. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So definitely you will say that this coin is on a downtrend. Now listen, when you come here on indicators, and you come here on technical, and write in an indicator called ABCDV1. ABCD1, this one, ABCDV1, this one, and you tap on it once. What does it do? So here is the indicator. Now we are going to set it up. We come on this indicator, then we tap on the setting icon here. So what are we going to put in? Simple, show zigzag. Let it show you those higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows and lower highs. Let it show you the pattern. Let it show you the higher highs and the lower lows. Okay, these are just colors. If you have time, me, I may not have a lot of time for this, but you can come and spend time changing them. But to me, I leave them as they are. I just change, show me the zigzag line. Who's touching the network? Unayagala kunywa chai. Gena mami akwe chai baby. Gena mami akwe chai. Okay, so the zigzag line. So you see, so I'll return this to candles, the normal candles for visibility. So now let me return my ABC. Can we all see here? If you cannot be able to interpret, we are in 15 minutes. Let me put it in 4 hours so that most of you can see. Now, the coin will always tell you. Now, just note, this is an indicator. So let me pick a better clear coin for understanding before people kill me from here. Okay. Now, listen. This zigzag line is never perfect. But if you are not good at interpreting market direction, it will always help you. For example, let me try to put this coin. Where are we? There was a coin that was doing well recently. Okay, so here you can see this is a lower low. From a lower low, it showed you up here that there is a lower high. From here, it formed a higher high. Then it formed a higher low. Then after here, you definitely see that if you had drawn a line at this V here, this candle here had broken. You remember yesterday when you were doing training with Coach Musa, you see some of you may not pay attention. When you draw a line, this line here, at that V there, it is showing you a green candle that starts below and closes above. I told you I'm just reminding you. This is a green candle that starts below and closed above if this was your resistance line. I remember, if you didn't pay close attention, this is called a breakout candle. A breakout candle is a green candle that usually starts below and closes above. It has broken this line of yours. Before you trade, you need a confirmation candle. What is a confirmation candle? A confirmation candle could be a green candle that closes above your line, that confirms that this coin has been able to totally break this structure to an upward trend. Now, if you are in the 4-hour time frame, you go to a lower time frame, let me say 15 minutes or 30 or 5, it's up to you to make an earlier entry in the market. Let me identify the place for easy understanding. So let me bring a line here. I'll bring a vertical line at this point for identification. So let's go to 15 minutes and see where did that happen. That's why many people ask, why do people trade in a lower time frame? So this is the line, okay? This is the line here. This is the candle where that happened. So in the 15 minutes, you are waiting for a breakout and a confirmation candle before you make a decision to trade. So, here we come. Number one, a green candle starts below and closes above. This is a breakout candle. Number two, you wait for either a test candle. A test candle is a red candle that closes above. This was one of the test candles, this one. But then after that, you see a green candle that closed above your area, which was confirming that this coin is going to move to an uptrend. If you are good at support and resistance, this is where now you go back to your chart and find the highest point from your area. So let me just go back to 4 hours here. So it means that if this was the candle, basically, I'll just look back in my past history from this candle and I find the high or the highest point. So I'll draw a horizontal line at this point. So this would be my exit in the coin. So I go back to my 15 minutes time frame because whatever I draw anywhere is felt elsewhere. So I make my entry at the confirmation candle here, at this candle here, at the close, or I wait for this one, and I take my comfortable 5%. My comfortable 5%. Me personally, I usually love a top-down approach. I love analyzing the market in a bigger time frame, then find entry opportunities in a lower time frame. When I analyze my market in 4 hours, I usually find my entries in 30 minutes. When I analyze my market in 1 hour, I find my entries in 15 minutes. Me, it's my approach. I love a top-down approach, but people could have different approaches when it comes to trading, all right? So I analyze my market in a bigger time frame. I make my entry in a lower time frame. So this indicator, the ABCDV1, it will be applicable if the trend of the coin is clear. I don't know if someone will understand me, but I will try. Why is it so dark? Not clear. It needs to get a little bit clear. I just want to get it clear. So I need to come here and make the lighting a little bit better. It's so dark. Or I make it. I want to make it a little bit more greener so that I can see them very well. That's what I'm trying to do. More greener or more weather. So I want to make sure that they are visible. The greens and the reds are very light, so I cannot see them very well with my eyes. So I can go in for a light green or just make sure they are very clear. A little bit better, but not what I want. But it can always help you. It can always help you, so you always know if the direction is clear. Let me come back here. If the trend is clear, that you see from here, the lower low, the coin formed a lower high. From a lower high, from a higher high, the coin formed a higher low. From a higher low, it formed a higher high. Then from a higher high, you see it formed a higher low. Then it broke this thing and came down here. But when the trend is clear, now the market directions are not clear. But when the trend is clear, the formula for trading using these, because we are soon getting into the bull run, that's why I'm sharing. But when the trend is clear, the formula for trading is very simple. Let me see if I could find one, but that will take me to 2021 because most of them are not clear. But when the trend is clear, you see continuous lower lows and lower highs, continuous lower lows and lower highs, continuous higher lows and higher highs. The formula is simple. You enter at a higher low, you get out at the previous higher high. But things are not clear. I have not found one coin where the direction is very clear. Let me see if I double test and find one. Okay, this one is not clear, but let's try. So if this is the higher low and this is the higher high, if the trend is clear, because here you see a mix, lower low, higher high, lower, here the direction is not clear. But if this was a lower, a higher low, and this is a higher high, once it forms a lower, a higher low here, you get out at the previous higher high. I don't know if that makes sense, but the market directions are not yet very clear. The reason why I'm sharing is because very soon I expect a vigorous uptrend. Immediately the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates. I expect a vigorous uptrend. I expect alta coins to do wonders. So how do you continue trading? You just follow the trend of the market. Let me see if I find one, but it would be very hard for me. It would be very hard for me because coins are not giving clear direction. But when the clear direction gets in, you will make a lot of money. Okay, let me say this is my daughter has a principal. When she chai, ogenda kunywa negati. Nkulise negati. The way children can do can be very aggressive on me. So now, if the direction is gonna be clear, this is a higher low and this is a higher high. You just get in at a higher low and get out at the previous higher high. But now, here you see there is a mixture. When you say mixture, it means that the market trend is not clear. For example, look here, guys. Let's take this example here. Let's take this example here. Just for this indicator, to get it clear. It's not one of my indicators I use so much, but I'm helping someone who's new to technical analysis. So look here. This is a higher low, this is a higher high. What do? This is your, if you enter from here, you just get out from here. You enter at this higher low, you get out at the previous higher high. It forms a new higher low. You get in at this higher low, you get out at the previous higher high. If the direction is on an uptrend, but here, you see there is a mixture. Higher high, higher low. Higher low, lower high. Higher low, higher high. Lower low, lower high. This means the coin is in a consolidation form. The direction of the market is not clear. The direction of the market should be clear by coin forming, let me say, lower lows and lower high. So let me find, if I will find a coin on a downtrend, a very good one. Let me see if we find a coin on a downtrend. This one is very seriously implucalating. Now, if you don't have indicators, because you see, some people love indicators, but even if you don't have indicators, support and resistance remains everything. Actually, so you see support, resistance. You can even always use price action to trade. This is 4 hours. Let's go 15 minutes and see. Many people usually put so much focus on indicators, but you can always use support and resistance to trade. So this candle here has formed a very good support. So we want to look for some resistance areas. Okay, one from the current price, there is this one in 15 minutes. So meaning that it's very easy for me to pick my price range from this point to this point. This is 7. So I take 2/3 of the journey, which is 4% in 15 minutes. Without even having indicators in play, using support and resistance to trade. This is another, it is 7%, but you can take 2 to 3% from here. I'm using support and resistance plus the stochastic RSI, which has just crossed here and it's just starting to rise. So although people have indicators, but even without indicators, you can trade. Is the message home? The stochastic RSI could be key because it could give me market direction. Where is the coin going? It is just starting from the overbought area, from the oversold area, heading to the overbought area in 15 minutes. If you want to look for those tiny entries, then you go to 5 minutes. Tiny entries, then you go to 1 minute. But if you are not good at that, you can use these other indicators to help you, to show you market direction. But my important issue for today, support and resistance can help you even without indicators. If you are not good at drawing this, turn this to Heikin Ashi candles. They will always give you direction. You see, formation of green candles, flat at the bottom, weak at the top, flat at the bottom, weak at the top. Draw your lines of support and resistance very well and plan to make your entries. Then the other thing is remain patient. Is that clear also? Because some of you, you put in trades and you don't sleep. Remain patient. If you have drawn your lines very well, your major entries, you have been able to discover your support and resistance, been able to draw it very well. Okay? Be able to draw your lines very well. Then why are you not sleeping? Is it because you don't trust your instincts? No. So draw your lines very well. Okay? So I've drawn my lines very well. So I must be confident about my decision. The stochastic RSI gives me a clear market movement. Guys, I hope I've been able to do a vice versa sharing. Just understand that even when you do your analysis, you don't control the what? The market. But an analysis is key to help you, give you an increased probability of the market going in your favor than the market not going in your favor. So tomorrow, we are now going to look, oh wow, this is sweet in 15 minutes. Do you see what is happening here in 15 minutes? Support, resistance, make money. Stochastic just crossing from here. I don't know why these things look very hard to here. I get a 0.9. So if I want to trade this in Royal Q, I enter at current price. Okay, I enter this coin at current price. I want to get out at this. This that I have drawn has a price. This line here. I just go on my sell button or close button in futures, type in this figure. Once this coin will get at this price, it will sell and I'll get 0.9. Is that hard? Let me know in the chat. So basically, and this was to summarize. If you can't draw, put this back to line. I have said it several times, okay? Where there is a V, you draw the line. Where is another V, you draw the line. It helps you give you support and resistance areas and also margin calls. From here down is your margin call. Juichi. Charlie. So from here to here is my margin call. From here to there is my take profit. Again, I'm going to chai. Toge na mtauni lero. Ogina vuge motoka. Vuge motoka yo. Ogina mtauni. Okole sente. All right. I don't know. I was just summarizing this thing and bringing it to an end. Okay. So this is the same coin. Which time frame is this? No, this is different. This is the same. Good. So basically, your decisions might be very crucial when you are trading, but also on the other side, make sure that you are using the stochastic RSI to help you give you market direction. The other thing, when you do your analysis, remain patient. I hope I have been able to summarize. So this would be a 0.9. Now, someone asked me, how do people make a lot of money? Someone asked me, how do people make a lot of money? When I find such a trade, I go all in. Is that clear? Give me a yes in the chat. When I find such a trade, I come do my analysis, I find such a trade, it's a 0.9. I can go in with my $10,000. Okay? Is that clear? I come with my $2,000, my $3,000, and I maximize that small opportunity. I don't know if someone has understood. I find such a trade that is giving me a clear market direction. It is giving me the stochastic RSI is coming from this oversold area. I can see it that this is an achievable goal. I don't play. When I'm starting with money, I start with huge money. Does that make sense? Let me know with someone in the chat. If it is a 3%, it is a concentrated one. So someone was asking me, you guys, how do you make money? When I find a good trade, I don't play. Because I may not find many chances that are very good. So once I find a very good trade, then I don't play. Okay? So I go with all my soul. Then I make some good money. I may not find many, but when I find one or two, while checking my trades, then I go all in. I don't play. I hope I've tried to do you a service. Someone says, but do I need to pay for this app called to pay? It is free. Unless you want to add more indicators in your new play. you pay. But tomorrow, I'll show you how you can use this trading view on your Binance account. Because on Binance, you can apply as many indicators as possible. So I'll show you on Binance, okay? Tomorrow I'll show you how you can use trading view on your Binance exchange. Since now, someone saying, I'm not making money, please help. How can I help you? Guys, can you help me in the chat? This guy says he's not making money. How can I help you? How do you want me to help you? You are not making money. The best thing I think I can help, guys, do we provide signals? If you don't know, if you are not yet familiar with what I'm talking about, do we provide signals? Yes. My coins can't switch to isolated on Binance mode. If you are trading one coin at a time, even if you stay in cross, it's okay. But you cannot switch a coin to isolated when you have already traded it. Number two, let me see if I could share my Binance. I've had many people who have issues. Just a minute. Nobody is my brother. Oh, let me share my screen for you who wants to trade futures and you have issues. If you're not making money, me, I have done my part. So come here, my sister. Tap on this, then you tap on preference. If you want to use, you are trading very many coins, make sure you use isolated so that you are not liquidated everything. So you see my position is hedge mode. The asset mode, I'll put it in single asset mode. So having done that, when I pick any coin, when I'm trading, me personally, when I'm trading one coin, I don't need to change my coin from cross. I'll leave it in cross. But if I'm planning to trade more than one, I will always come here. You come here on futures. Then you tap on this. Let me say I want to trade this coin called the which one? I've seen banana. Banana was good. Banana. This one, banana. Hey, I want to trade banana. Now, I will tap on cross here and I change it to isolated. So I've seen banana is good. Okay. I can even confirm here on my chart. Hey, banana can give me some little money. Although not easy, it can crush me, but okay. But okay, just for learning purposes. So, banana can give me some 1%. So, but I'll teach tomorrow how to use Binance. So I will draw my line at the high here. So this is the price, but the price is very far from reality. No, that's why I don't like using my phone. It disturbs me. So I want that coin to sell at that price. Okay? So I'll write the price down. Brianna, bring me my pen, baby. Baby bully. So let me just take a picture because she may come tomorrow. So I want to trade. So I'll come to Royal Q. I love futures so much. It is one of my best. I'll never get liquidated, guys. You see, I have a lot of money in my reserve. You can't see that. But now I want to trade a second coin. So the other one remains in cross. I want to trade another one, okay? So I want to trade banana. I'm just going to show you, but I'm a person who wants to trade one coin at a time. So I'll come and look for banana. Banana is not in futures. It is only in spot. What about this HFT? Where is it? Is it not in futures? So we, the future boys, are not able to enjoy. Good boy. But this one can go with my backbone. But let's see. Moving averages. Okay, closed above the top one. The coin is on an uptrend. But let me say I want to trade, just for learning purposes. So I'll come here, tap on long, tap on trade settings, then 39, $5 are equivalent to 39 FTF. So I get, okay, 39 divided by 5. It is 7.8 coins that are in $1. So let me say I want to use, I have over $300. I want to use like, I'm just a high risk taker. I'm very sorry, guys. Okay, let me use over $100. 78, okay? 78. That would be 780. If I want to do 100x, so 10x, I just add a 0. So this will be only be $100. That is $100. Plus the 10x, I add on a 0. So it will be 1,000. I take 1% because this is very risky. Can even burn my fingers. But let's go. So I'll go long, one short. So there we go. So after having set my coin, like I've done so, the next step is to allow some margin calls to play my part. Okay. So I've finished setting my coin. So now I want to allow margin calls to play my part. But you would ask me, where did I get the confidence? Not so much, but I looked at this coin in 1 hour, seen that it is closing above this 7 moving average here, which shows confidence that this coin has power to go back to this place here. But the best thing to do was to come on TradingView. That was the best decision. Come here on TradingView. Look for the coin. The coin is called HFT, the future contract. So HFT USDT.P. So I get it up. Here it is. Okay, and I want to trade. So this is 15 minutes of this coin. So if this is 1 hour of this coin, okay? So in 1 hour, you see the stochastic RSI is speaking another language. But then let's go. This could be a very high risk trade because it has overperformed. So from current price, me, I'm a guy who loves the line. So I'm a line guy. So I'll turn this to a line. Me, I'm a line guy. So I draw my lines very well to that V, draw another one to that V, draw another one to that V, period. That is my area of focus on this trade. So I get back to the chart, put back to the normal candles, meaning that if it breaks that line there, then I know it's going to the moon. Or if I have fear, I will put on the Heikin Ashi candles so that they give me a clear direction. So the direction is not clear, my friends. I hope all of you can see that. Give me a yes if you can see. The Heikin Ashi candles are trying to tell me, my blazer, where you are coming, it is burning fire. Do you see that? It is telling me that my blazer, they will burn your intestine. They are warning me this would be the best decision. So here, even I see the stochastic RSI here is turning berserk. In 1 hour, they are warning me. So this looks like to be a strong area of resistance. The coin looks like it is going to be resisted in that area. Now, when you come back here, if you enter futures, just know it is burning fire. Just that simple move. You are floating a lot of money. You can even kill yourself. Do you see what is happening? So what I'm trying to bring to your concern, do not trade with emotions. Does that make sense to someone? You must be clear of the market direction. Someone is saying the Heikin Ashi candles are remaining, but they are showing you in 1 hour. You come and see, leave that 15 minutes. You see in 1 hour. How many of you see these candles trying to put up wicks at the top and wicks at the bottom? They are trying to indicate to you that my friend, this thing that was coming from down here, it is now changing direction anytime. Does that make sense? So when this coin that was pumping yesterday starts getting on your neck, it can slaughter you. Okay? But if you're a scalper, you can always come in lower time frames, 5, 15, and you can see that the coin is failing to break that resistance. Now can we short it? You want to short what? The coin direction is not yet clear, my brother. Even your shorting will not work out. To short a coin, things must be clear. Now, what is giving you confidence about shorting this coin? Give me an answer. My blazer. Is there anything that gives you confidence about shorting this coin? There is nothing. The direction of this coin is not clear. Uh-huh. 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 Now here, how many of you see it is now breaking my resistance? In 30 minutes, it is breaking my resistance. So I'll go back in 5 minutes and see it is breaking my resistance. Okay. Okay. Breaking my resistance. So if you are using the stochastic RSI, I can be a more risky take. The other one has sent again next time. But you see, there is some close monitoring. But now, a good trader would not be like me. Me, I'm just a very high risk taker. I'm just a very high risk taker. But definitely, using ordinary candles, I can see that it's trying to break that resistance. And if it breaks it very well, then this coin has power to deliver a 5%. So, since it is very big, 5, so I would draw my margin calls to help me back up 1, 2. Those are enough. So I measure from here. So when I measure from here, this is a 4.8 cali. And this is a 6.9. Okay, so I'll take a 3%. So I come here. I'll take 3% as my take profit. So I'll open 2 margin calls, not 7, because I'm taking my time. So 2 margin calls. So the other one is a 4.8. So once it drops 4.8, and this one is a 6 point what? 6.84. 6.84. There are people who are making it, telling people margin calls don't work. So if I want my robot to follow my margin call, I'll switch off the AI. If I want it to help me, then I'll not switch on the AI. So I'll switch on my AI and I'm taking this coin in 30 minutes. And that would be my trading approach. Simple as that. Someone says you cannot see my screen. Is that true? But this is a high risk trade. But me personally, I love trading pumping coins. Yeah, they burn my fingers, but they usually give some cool money. I see it will move in my favor. With my $100, I have made $10. Is that bad? Let me know in the chat. I've also seen people who tell people that margin calls don't work. Can I also explain that? People have told people that margin calls don't work. Even when you are trading in futures and you are in floating loss, once you open your margin calls, you will make money. This is my coin. It is floating. Let me know, is that true, guys? But I've opened my margin calls, and when I open this coin here, people are deceiving people. You see, I closed it here. This was my personal close the other time. But you see, the coin is setting up margin calls. You see, it is buying in sub-bin modes and selling. What's up? 3% pocketed. Let me see. Yeah, let's go again last time. We still have another 2% to go. Yes. Now, this is a sure win. I am not coming with small money. If this was $100 times 2, now this is a sure win, but I need to be very fast. So I get my calculator. It was 78 now times 2. 156. Okay, 156. Okay, that would be $210 from my account. 10x. So the robot will borrow me $2,000. Okay, let's go. So I've used $200, but since I'm using a 10x, I'm being given free money. So margin calls, let me lower it down to around $20. If they ban me here, I'm done. So now I'll take a 1.5, my last take profit, and call it a day. Okay? This is a sure win. This is a sure win. I've made $41, guys, from $100. And what am I doing? I've made $30. What am I doing? I'm just getting back to my trading view. I'm drawing lines of support and resistance that I've talked about. Someone is saying this was a 5%. I'm just drawing these lines of support and resistance, putting up my price range from, let me say here, to this Heikin thing here. This is the 2%. Why am I even taking 1.5? Because I see the stochastic RSI is just starting here. 1.5. Let me see whether it is giving it to me. They will burn my finger. No, just understand that. So this is $15. I can decide to take this. Hey, let me first take this since I'm around. Let me take this 9. I'm around. Hey, I have sold in a loss. I have sold in a loss. Okay, I have sold in a loss. That's why the robot need to take charge. So this next time I will not sell. I'll just wait for it to hit the take profit. But I'm using support and resistance. I'm using support and resistance. And this looks like a sure win. All right. So let me put it in 1 hour. But Jesus Christ on a wooden bicycle. But okay, in 1 hour it looks dangerous. But in 30 minutes, yeah, it says, come on, baby boy. All right, so I'll take 2%. So 2% will be 20%. So I'll take 2%. 1.5 is still okay. My margin calls are on, so I just need to remain calm. Yeah, I'm surely a very high risk taker. Don't do what I do, but if you have some time, I personally love coin pumping. I am not a person. Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak to you. Look here. Look here. Last month, I decided to be, I came up with a goal. You see, I love it when I set up a goal. Let's calculate last month, just in trading, not in team building. Just in trading, not in team building. Can we add this together? Just to show you that you are just a decision away. So this is $15 plus 53 plus 225 plus 20 plus 366 plus 20, no, plus 201. 201, okay, plus 50 plus 297 plus 44 plus 44 plus 41 plus 181 plus 155 plus 44 plus 485 plus 86 plus 739 plus 457 plus 1913 plus 39 plus 52. Just imagine this business. Okay, so the day ended yesterday plus $1 plus 113 plus 10. Last month, I made 5,920 some money. They liquidated me some money. I remember they liquidated me $2,000. This one here, they took it, this one. They liquidated me $2,000. Question. I remained with 3,920. Did I remain profitable? Guys, I took off some of this money. Let me open it for you in my Phantom wallet. Yes, I brought this money and I bought some Bitcoin, some Sui, some Solana last month and some Ethereum. Am I in business? Let me know in the chat. I took the money, I took off some of this money and I bought some Bitcoin, some Sui, some Ethereum, and I'll keep this for the rest of my life. I'll never sell them. Question, am I in business? Now I've made $40. Okay, I don't know what's happening right now on my trade, but I just need to check with trading view first before I think about anything. Danger. We are now in danger time. Margin calls are the only savior now. But this is a sure win. This one, I will win this one in a hard way. Huh? Now I'm in floating loss. Okay, I just need margin calls to work up. They have not yet been bought, but it's okay. I'll check out later. But question, guys, do I still have business? I make the money, I take off some of this money, and I buy Bitcoin, and I'm not even going to sell them for the rest of my life. Do I have business? I'm teaching what I do. Me, I don't teach what I don't do. I'm not here to give you vibes of prosperity. I'm not here to tell you Royal Q works. I'm not here to prove to you that Royal Q is a good business. I'm just showing you what I do. So you stop pretending to be in business, yet you are here. And I'm not using too much money. On this previous coin, how many of you saw my capital was only $100? You don't need $1 million. Am I speaking to somebody? Let me know in the chat. Am I speaking to somebody? I am not saying you need a lot of capital. Guys, this is just $200 that I'm risking in front of you. This is $212 that I'm risking. I'm not saying go bring a lot of money, go borrow money. Start with your $50, start with your $100. Learn to draw these lines. Take risk. The rest is history. I lost $2,000. I remained with some balance. I took off this money, bought some cryptocurrency. Now, look here, guys. When I win this trade, I'm not sure. For sure, I'm not sure. But when I look at my trading view here in 30 minutes, it looks like it might work out for me. But on the other side, it looks like so, guys, look. It's not about to understand this game better. I don't know if that makes sense to someone. It's all about that person who's willing to take the risk. I would say I have personally over-traded on this coin. When I entered the other time, it was the last entry I would make. But I'm still confident about the move. But it's okay, even if this coin goes against me. When I check it out in 15 minutes, it might be very dangerous. It's already in the overbought area, meaning there are higher chances of the coin going against me. But I found it in the right mood. So I don't blame the coin, I just blame my too much love of money. But the coin was very good. So it is me who entered and came in and came in. So I'm now suffering my challenges of greed. So I understand myself. Okay? But when I give this coin time, let me see in 1 hour, the coin looks more confident, but also very dangerous because I see the stochastic RSI in 1 hour is warning me that, my friend, I'm coming for you. But the major point of my sharing, yeah, I'm very greedy. I'm a greedy trader. But my most important point of sharing with you, have you seen that what are the challenges? So me personally, I'm a high risk taker. Please don't try this unless you're a very high risk taker. But when I look at this trend, generally, it is just forming a retracement. It has power of going back to the previous all-time high. The coin is gaining a lot of momentum, guys. So I'm not worried. I have opened up my margin calls, 2 of them, and I'm waiting for them to be purchased by my robot. Simple. When I look at my liquidation price, guys, it's very far. You see where the liquidation price is? Very far. I can even go and sleep comfortably. Very far. My liquidation price is very far. So I'm not gonna lose this trade, guys. I'm not gonna lose this trade. So I just need to be calm and patient. These are just some sellers trying to frighten me, but I may trade 2 of these coins a day and I stop trading. Does that make sense to someone? I trade like 2 trades, then I leave the market. Let the rest enjoy the balance. Question, is that hard? Let me know. Question, is that hard? Is that hard? What you don't need to do if you are not a high risker like me, this coin gave an opportunity and the opportunity was here. This was the best opportunity, here to there, period. Liquidation means they take the money. Someone is asking, what is liquidation? Liquidation means once this coin will get to this price, they take my money. Once this coin gets to this price, they will take my money. But let me tell you, I keep my principles simple. I'm a high risk taker. When a coin like this one goes against me, now after trading, because I know I'm gonna win this trade, after winning this trade, I'm not going to trade again. Now I'm going to leave. This will pay me like close to $100. Then I will open margin calls on this one so that I continue to trade as it is floating. Okay? As it is in floating loss, I'm going to open up margin calls so that I keep making money as it is floating. Its liquidation price is also very far. So I just need to open up my margin calls, keep making money as I pray for the miracle for the coin to rise. But my friend, it is in danger. But I'll just leave it. I'll not sell it at a loss. I'll leave it to rise. And in the near future, I will celebrate. So I just need to remain calm on my journey. Hey, I just need to remain calm on my journey, nothing. So, support and resistance is everything. The journey started. Hey, and I'm not scared. I just leave it. It pretends, but it's gonna hit my take off once and for all. Hey, and I'll be out. And I'll make $100 today. Am I very smart? No. Am I very wise? No. Can you also draw these lines? Let me know. I showed you. Can you draw also these lines? Are they hard to draw? Let me know in the chat. Anybody can draw the lines. The difference is that me, I just have a high heart. Anybody can draw these lines. The difference is me. When I come here on Royal Q and I tap on percentage change, my first question is, why is this coin rising? Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. My first question is, why is this coin rising? Does it have a buying opportunity? So once it comes down, like it did, then I need to I go to my trading view, not here only, go to your trading view and find, does this coin Mavi have a buying opportunity? Then you come here, you look for the coin Mavi. I've taken even a lot of time. USDT.P. I'm finalizing .P. Where is it? Binance Premium. It is not here. I didn't do it well. .P. To get the real contract, it is here. Then my question is, why is this coin rising? Now, this one is still in confused stage. Okay, I can see it here. So if I'm not clear, I'll put in my Heikin Ashi candles. They're also telling me there is no serious business. I can go in peace. All I check in 1 hour, no money. Then I go to another coin. That's how I trade. Why is this coin going down? Does that make sense? Why is this coin the one going more down here? Is it having potential of going more down here? If it has the potential, I will go for this one. Why? Me, that is my first question. Why is this one coin? Why is this coin pumping? Does it have an opportunity to continue pumping? If I check my trading view and it tells me it has power to continue pumping, I will trade. If it tells me it is going to go down, I will not trade it going up. When you put .p, you are looking for the perpetual money on the heady, money on the solo. Money everywhere, yeah. Money baby sender, money good better. Money, money, we are together. Money with the whole. Now, let me check. How much have I made? I've made $68. My goal for today was to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. First thing first, I have my capital, I have made my money. So I come to my Binance account. Have I not made the money? No time to waste. I've made my money. I will transfer to the spot wallet very fast. No time to waste. I will transfer the spot wallet USDT. I've made $68. $50. It was my goal of trading today. Then I come to the spot market. I come here, people were asking me. I look for Bitcoin. Every day it is my goal, no matter the price, when I trade, to buy Bitcoin worth $50. So I come here, buy. I don't care about the price. So market price, $50, buy Bitcoin, done deal. So I come here on my wallet, come out to my Phantom wallet. Every day it is my goal. When I trade, I want to buy Bitcoin of $50. I come here on my Bitcoin, I receive, copy the wallet address, come to my wallet, send, on-chain data. What did I buy? Bitcoin, long press, paste, withdraw, confirm. It's my goal. Every day it's my goal. So when I come to trade, I have a reason why I'm trading. I'm not just chasing money. So I put in my codes. I have a reason why I'm trading. Does that make sense to someone? Let me know in the chat. So I put on my codes. Good. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? I have reasons why I'm trading. I'm not on the market because I'm chasing food. I'm not on the market. I'm there, yes, to survive. 1, 2, I'm there because I have a reason why I'm trading. Okay? Okay, so I've made my $50. So I'm now remaining with one major goal. Okay, is to either buy some Ethereum or SUI, any of the two for today. But Bitcoin, I'm done. Now back to the market. Goal 1 done. Back to the market. Okay, so I have a balance of $18. I don't take everything. Now back to the market. WhatsApp market. Any more opportunity? Okay. So back to trading view. Is this coin still having money? The questions never change. Is this coin called Hatife? Why is it freezing? Futures. Is this coin? I don't need to know the founder. It is here. Is this coin still having opportunity? The answer is yes. How many of you agree with me? In 1 hour, it is just starting. Okay, let's go. High risk takers and money makers. Okay. It will get back here and give us another. Let's check in 30 minutes. How is the risk? Very high. Very high, but at least 1% is possible before everything goes crazy. In 15, very dangerous. But in 5, we still have some power to go. Okay, last time, let's go. I have my capital. Okay. Now, this time around, guys, I'm not ready to risk everything. I'm not just now coming back, not with my capital, but I now want to use all my $18. Okay. So I have $18. Let me be like, I don't know what to put. So 37 coins. I want to use my balance, my profit. The capital, which is 18, 37. 37 divided by 5, I get 7.4 times my money, $18. I need 133 coins. I just bring back my profit, 133, 10x, I add a 0. So they will give me 180. I'll take a 1.5. Since I'm risking little, I'll need more profit. Okay? The higher the risk, the less they take profit. The lower the risk, the higher they take profit. Are you clear? Since I'm risking only $18, me, I have no reason of taking 1%. Since I'm here checking the market, I have checked my market in 1 hour, leave 15 minutes. I have checked here in 1 hour. I'm going to be very calm and patient. I see a comfortable 5% possible. It is highly risky, so I'll take 3% of the journey. So I understand this is a dangerous thing I'm doing to my money, but I'm willing to bring it. Okay? So then I'm going to just bring 18. I'm no longer now returning my money. I'm no longer returning my capital. So, so the maximum I can get is just 2%. Okay. So instead of 3, I must take 2%. Good. The rest, God will judge. The rest, God will judge. It is up to Him. Now you see, question. Am I unique? Am I special? What's up, guys? Is this doable? Question. Is this doable? You see how $18 produce $1? Someone is asking, what do you use to draw? The lines, this is the coin. You want me to start afresh? And I'm even using a phone. When I'm in a toilet, I can draw the lines. When I'm in church, I draw the lines. When I'm at a burial, I draw the lines. When me, I'm anyway, yeah. Whether in church, I draw the lines. Whether in toilet, I draw the lines. As long as I enter with my phone. Whether I'm in a bar, I draw lines. Whether I'm in a restaurant, I draw the lines. Even when I'm dating, I'm drawing the lines. I am not offered by location. I'm just drawing my lines. Wherever there is a V, I draw the line. Wherever the Dandil, who amupata, magunguate, who amupata, maguguyage, who amupata, maguguya. Whether I'm on a barrio, me, I'm everywhere. When I'm on a barrio, I'm drawing the lines. Whether people are abusing me, I'm drawing lines. And when someone is telling me I'm a scammer, me, I'm drawing lines. Mua mupata, $73. See, guys, look here. Why are you broke? $18, I've made $5. When others are crying, me, I'm drawing lines. Mua mupata. Now I had 2 goals. 73 minus 50. More journey to go. I need $100 to start. Now let this coin continue to heaven. Me, I'm done. Is it okay, guys? Now that's where now decision comes in, because someone may be asking, why, Julius? Hasn't it broken my previous highest price? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Hasn't it broken my previous highest price? In 4 hours, it has not yet reached the other one. But for my analysis, me, I'm done. Let others continue with their coin to heaven. Let it go to $1 million, $1 million. Continue, go and go. Now, how many of you are seeing Mavi is rising? Bulonkolo is rising. BST is rising. Algo is rising. Let me go to Mavi now. Mavi, how are you, Mavi? I open Mavi. I check very well. 15 minutes sharp. How many of you are seeing Mavi trying to form this cross here on the MACD? Give me a one if you can. Some of you ask how do you are. How many of you see there is a cross here trying to happen? Now I got trading view. Is there opportunity? Mavi, where are you? Mavi. Dot P. Futures. Mavi USDT. Dot P. Dot P. Here we come. Come here. Mavi, so you want to go without me? My brother. Don't do it. We should be friends. Now this is 4 hours. Already the coin is in the oversold area. Very risky. But let's try our potential. That is the highest price. Okay. Let me try with the line and I see. Yeah. Let me try with the Heikin Ashi candles and I see. It is risky, but they are still not showing wicks. Let's go to 30 minutes. Now, look here, guys. The direction is not clear, like I said before, but Mavi seems he's doing a good job in 15 minutes. Mavi, my friend, let me measure. Let me measure. Welcome, Mavi, my friend. So you are here. Hey, Mavi, 2% is too much for me to change my life. Yeah, let me go for you. Okay, Mavi, let's make money together, my brother. Okay, so we are going to go long. Yes. Now, 90 Mavi coins, 90 Mavi coins are equivalent to $5. So I go to a calculator. I don't fumble. I come here to a calculator. How many coins? 90 equals to 5. 90 divided by 5. 18 coins. How much can I risk? I have close to $400. I'm a high risk taker. I'll take off $150. So 2,700. Me, I'm a high risk taker. Never try this at home. 2,700. Okay, that would be $150. When I lose that money, I cannot bury myself. Okay. I add on a 0 for a 10x. It is 2%. I'll take 1.5. I only need 1.5. Nothing else. Okay, so let's go. Hey. Your earnings is called back. It's none of my business. Okay, 0. Before I trade again, come back to Mavi. I might come when it's not yet. It has not yet hit. It was just to pretend. Okay, but before I go, this is money. Current candles, what's up? Money. Yes. Oh, one short. Why have you given me very little money? I wanted more. Okay. Mavi. Mavi might change. You need some margin calls. Okay, let's go. And we measure. We are in 30 minutes. So we are in 15. Mavi might change. Back to line. Let's draw some important lines to back up our trading. Line. From current price to here, line. Okay, from that to here, line. Okay, 2 margin calls. Okay, plus a third one. So now I measure. Bring my price range. Press it at this current price. Margin call 1. 1.9. 1.95. Okay, so I come here. Tap on my trading. I'll open like 3. Then enough. So margin call number 1 when it hits 1.9. Okay, let's go back. 1.95. Okay, 1.95. I'm trying to show you. That's why I'm taking my time. But I need to end the call. Margin call number 2. From here to here, 2.73. 2.73. Margin call number 3. To here. That's what I will measure. So I'll bring my price range still. Press it here to here. This is 2.54. Okay. 2.54. All right. So this was too much money. I'll return it to around $14. 14, that is 14.8. So I get a calculator to be sure about what I'm doing. So 2 plus 4 plus 8, that is 14 times 14.8 That would be 207. Too much money. That would be too much money of mine in the coin. The coin is not my brother. 1, 2, 3. This coin doesn't call me a friend. Am I its sister? So that I bring all my money. What if things don't go my way? So 1 plus 2. That's my approach. 6 times 14.8. 88. Good. This one I can receive. So save. Confirm. If I want to protect my capital, guys, I'll switch on the AI margin call. But since I'm measuring, I don't need this fucking AI on my chart. Let's go. Question. Guys, people are asking me, why do I do this for my robot? How many could answer that for me? You don't need to do this, but here comes the question. Why do I do this for my robot? Some answers in the chat. Man, I need more. I'm not an ordinary person who wants just little. I need more. I want more from the market. But if you want just normal, you don't need to do this. What do? You pick coins, use MACD, use RSI, use KDJ to enter the market. Whenever the robot will find an opportunity to trade for you. Does this get clear? Some people say it's a lot of work, but question, is it paying back? My effort paid me back $5,000 last month. I used $200 and I made $5,000. Is it worth it? Let me know, is it worth it? What happened when the trade disappeared? At where? When they liquidate you, they liquidate you. There is nothing like mercy. Go to spot. Those of you who fear liquidation, go to spot. Those of us who love money, I'm dying here. I will lose money. I will lose money. Stay in the spot market. Man, this is worth it. This is worth it. This is worth my effort. This is worth my time. I cannot check these coins repeatedly for a full month. And I don't do something great in my life. I've shown you results. I have shown you what I do. I'm not here to motivate you, but I did this because the month has just started. I made $5,000 from trading from $200. From $200, I made $5,000. We have yet started a new month. I have shown you here. From my $200, I have made $68. I have showed you here with my 68. Did I show you? Let me know. Did I show you? I used my $200 with you here, and I made $73. Someone says my royalty doesn't show liquidation price. It's there, but some coins may not have liquidation prices. But it's there. Just open the coin. This coin is on cycle. One shot, guys. One shot. One shot. There is no cycle here. Open the coin. For example, this one. The liquidation price is here. Just scroll down. But sometimes you may not get the liquidation price. Guys, thank you for today. Did you learn something? I went extra because I wanted to speak to people who have goals, dreams, ambitions, people who want to make some serious money, people who you were doubting the business. The business has paid me over $5,000 in 1 month, last month, from my $200. It's up to you. People have asked me, sometimes just understand yourself that the market may not go in your favor. Okay, like you see here, the market became very serious. Do you see what happened here? So this can happen on your journey. So don't kick yourself out when this happen. Eh? So sometimes the journey can get tough. Eh? As somebody says, I have been liquidated. Ah, whoever stayed on this coin, I told you it is now dangerous. Guys, did I tell you? Did I tell you that this coin is now dangerous? Answer me. I'm the one guy who told you to go for it. Man, I told you this coin is now dangerous. It had surpassed its previous resistance and it was dangerous for you to go in that coin. Did I say it here? Man, you were just using your emotions. I told you the coin is dangerous now. It had hit its previous resistance. It's you continued on your own journey. Me, I told you the coin is dangerous now. Don't continue. Hallelujah. Guys, have a good day. I've hit my $100 goal. Yeah, 95, only $5. $5 to go. Yes, I've made my $100 from here. I wish you a good day. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. That's enough for now. Now let me go. It's enough. Now let me go and I sing for my daughter songs. I can make more, but okay, let's check. Maybe money could be more in Mavi. Mavi, what's up? Mavi still has our money. Hey, Mavi still has our money. Is it true? Mavi has some 1.5. Yeah. The last 1.5, Mavi is gonna give us the last 1.5. So now I was using now Reassessing more. I need to be fast. 89 divided by 5. This is how you calculate. 89 divided by 5. 17. I want to use $200 now. That would be 3,560 coins. 3,560 coins. So that would be 2,000. Mavi can give us a 1.5. Okay. The last one before I start. Mavi, what's up? I've started you, but I didn't cross check. Yeah, Mavi has the 1.5. Still the same deal. I just lower this to $20. It's okay. This time round with AI margin call, I'm risking too much. My friend, don't sell your coin on floating loss to come in futures unless you understand what you are doing. Give me a yes in the chat, guys, if that is clear. Don't sell your spot coins to come in futures. You can lose your money. Let me know in the chat if you understand what this is. A very risk trade. You can lose your money. Guys, let me cross check. This could be my last trade. Wow. You're gonna get done. Don't sell your spot, guys, to bring money here. Just support and resistance. Okay. That's all. There's nothing much. That's what I wanted to emphasize. Just support and resistance. This coin will hit that upper line, and me, I'll be done with my trading. Then maybe if another coin is pumping or dumping, I'll look for it. Okay. So since it's 1.5, it will be 15% in futures, which is 1.5 in spot. The robot has sold, and I've taken my last profit of the day, guys. I wish this coin continues to heaven. Let people make their money. Let it go as high as it wants. Let them continue. That was my day. Now another one is, do you see Broccoli? You see, also, now the journey never stops, guys. Are you getting the message? Let me know. Now, you see, I can focus on coins that are rising. Do you see Blonkly? Blonkly is also showing signs of rising. So I can go and check on Blonkly and I see if Blonkly is making money, guys. I've made $121 in your faces. These are called high money making skills. Is this gambling? Let me know. Is this gambling? Let me know. Let me know. I'm already late for the next. Is this gambling? This is a skill. Guys, look here. It's easy. Now I can look for. So this coin could provide another opportunity, but it's very risky. Yeah, but it's very risky now. So now why? Now let me check on these ones. Okay. This one is still going. Not clear. ARB. So the journey continues. I can check as many trades I want in a day, and I can make as much money as I want in a day. This coin still has more money. Blonkly seems to have money. So we come and check Blonkly. But this one still has more money. The tip, done. Let's try in 1 hour. But now the risk is so much. There is opportunity, but okay. There we go. That will be the last risk of today, guys. Okay, it is achievable. If I look at 1 hour time frame, it will now take more time. This is the last risk of the day with you guys. It's a 3% with Mavi. Okay, it's a 3% with Mavi, not Bronkly. It's another 3% with Mavi, but this time it's very risky. So I'll be very conscious. Yes, I'll risk it. Instead of 3%, I'll take 1.5 because it's high risky. Very risky trade. Well, we'll lower this down to $20. Farm it up, 3 margin calls with AI margin call on. If you need to buy some margin calls, it will take time to get this coin to deliver that. Since I'm checking it in 1 hour, but I'll take a 1.5 maximum 2%. If I risk so much, I can only take 2%, which will be 20%. Okay, so this will be my last 2%. It's a 10x, it will be 20%. Right, guys, so I'll switch off my phone. This is a very great risk. Okay, it's very risky. It's a very risky trade, very risky, by the way. I need margin calls to pull up my liquidation price. It's very risky because the coin can turn over. Okay, very risky. Yeah, but some are positive, but very risky. Very risky. All right, guys, have a good day. How do you buy at current price without having to type in the price? I just tap start. Current price means just start the coin. You don't need to put in the price. You just tap start, it always buy at that current price. So someone's saying margin calls, but I'm late, guys. The next person will get annoyed. So July is here, guys. It's in your hands. Margin calls are stepping in. That's good. Okay, it's very risky. I've taken this trade in 1 hour. I rarely do. It's a risk trade, but if it wins, it's a very risk trade. Have a good day. You want to see my margin calls? See ya, man. It's not a big deal. From the current price to here, that's around a 4.5. These should be the margin calls. From this one to this one, it's a 2.7, 2.9. Those are the margin calls. You want to see mine? I never changed them. They remain 3. Since that one has been bought, I'll just make them more. 4.36. 4.36. Then this last one, I'll just take off 1, which is a 2.94. The rest, no. I believe the coin may not reach there. Hope I've answered it. I've opened only 3 margin calls, not more than that. Have a good day, guys. So now I'm going to go and share the business. I'm going to speak to everybody, anybody who can breathe, because there's no reason why I don't need to speak to people about this opportunity. So I'm going to go open my mouth. Guys, let's log into the next room that's going to talk about what you benefit if you share Royal Q. It's a super opportunity that you can share. Imagine I've started my new month already with over $300. What's your take profit? I'll take 1.5. This is very risky. It is very risky. It's very risky, maximum 2%. Yeah, maximum 2%. It's a very risky trade, very, very risky. It can even burn your fingers. Very risky. It's a very risky trade, by the way, because of its movement. A maximum 1.5. It's very risky. I can even lower it to 1.5. It's a very risky trade. Very risky trade. Very risky trade. Very risky trade. Yeah, very risky trade. It's a very risky trade. Yeah, it's a very risky trade. You are failing to identify the risk. Right, guys, have a good day. Thank you. Engineer, go on board.